Hello, everybody. It is Condi, and thanks for joining me today. Today, we are going to be doing something really special and something I absolutely love. I'm going to be sharing a special technique, but first, let me introduce myself. For those of you who don't know who I am Condi Bartlett, and I'm the owner of Divine Momentum. Some people call me a modern mystic because I have a natural ability to see what's possible for people and then help them achieve and manifest it in their lives. And sometimes it is, most often, what we create together is it far exceeds what they thought was possible for their life, health, wealth, and happiness. So today I am here to share my experience with you. Hey, Cynthia. And to share a channeled message from the collective so that you can live your soul's purpose and manifest a life you love without struggle. Yeah, that is possible, right? Who knew? So let's dive in. Today, like I said, I'm going to be sharing one of my favorite techniques, and it's called tapping. Some people know it as emotional freedom technique, but it is one of the things that I share with my clients that has, I think, causes the most positive benefit for them because it is something that they can use at home. It's easy to learn. It's easy to do. There's no wrong way to do it, which makes it just about foolproof, right? So today we're talking about, I want to just dive right in because we're talking about something really serious. But you know me, I'm going to shove some giggles in there because that's just what happens with me because I love to have fun. And yes, we're going to get serious, but we're also going to have fun today because right now life is just too friggin' serious. Would you agree? Can you put like a 1 into the chat if you think life is getting too serious right now? So what we're talking about today is shifting fear, worry, and anxiety to calm, peaceful clarity. So it's this whole like fear tornado has really caused this wave of fear to just sweep across the country. And people, when they get into that state of fear, excuse me, when they get into that state of fear, they forget that they have control in their lives, and they start to make decisions that are not necessarily in their best interest. They also, when you get into that state of fear, you're not much fun to be around. And right now we're kind of all cooped up in our houses. And if you're in that state of fear, then you're kind of agitated, you're kind of angry, you're irritated. You may feel like a victim. And so I want to turn that around today so that you realize that you are in control 100% of how you feel. So you have power to change how you feel. Your feelings are not some thing that just happens to you. They're preceded by a thought, usually, or a belief that shifts you into that state or that emotion of fear or worry or anxiety. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that too. So what we're going to be doing today is using this amazing brain rewiring, energy shifting, life-changing technique called tapping. So I'm going to show you the basics today. I will drop a link later in this feed of where you can get an ebook that shows you all the different things you need to know, a diagram of where all the points are, how to effectively use tapping in your own life. And I want to mention too, there's been a lot of studies done on this. Even though I love woo-woo, you know I do, this has been scientifically proven, and it's been studied by all sorts of universities and medical clinics and even Harvard to show that it actually changes the GABA waves in your brain and slows them down. So if nothing else today, you have found a tool that you can use to help you just immediately feel calm. And isn't that a good thing? Because there are times in life, not just with what's happening now, but times in our lives where things happen. You know what I'm talking about? Like if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. If you have a business, you know what I'm talking about. If you have a spouse, you know what I'm talking about. There are times when things happen that you're not necessarily expecting, and you either are in a state where you can respond like logically, rationally, or you react and act like a crazy lunatic. That being said, I've done that. I've acted like a crazy lunatic before. So I've used this tool for myself. So let's get to it. What is tapping? Tapping is actually lightly tapping on 9 points on the upper body. I want to say this, I'm going to say it several times during this video. The most important thing to know about tapping is to feel the feeling you actually want to get rid of. So if you're angry about something, be angry. If you're worried about something, be worried. If you're really afraid of something, feel the fear. Because ultimately, you're going to be feeling that crap anyways. You might as well use this to get rid of it permanently. I mean, really. So the most important thing, again, feel the feeling. If you're here and you're on this live chat, just type in the chat, feel the feeling. So I know you got it. Feel the feeling. Even if it's the worst feeling that you've had, wouldn't it be good to just get rid of it, right? So I don't want to miss anything, so I'm looking at my notes. Hang on. So what do people use tapping for? You probably want to know that, right? People use tapping for all sorts of things, not just shifting like negative emotions, like fear and worry and anxiety, but people use it for all sorts of physical things, like physical pain. They use it to relieve sleep issues. They use it to do weight loss. They use it for a lot of different things. And I would just say, try it on everything. You have a headache, try it. You're upset about something, try it. You're stressed out, you try it. Overwhelmed, try it. And I want to share a story with you that happened last year while I was doing a speaking engagement. And I had a volunteer. I was teaching people how to do tapping. And I had a volunteer come up. And she was somebody that I knew but not well. And so I kind of had a baseline of who she was, but I had no idea what we were going to work on. And so she came up and she's whispered in my ear, she's like, I don't really want to tell the audience what my thing is because I'm really kind of embarrassed about it. And so I said, okay, well, can you tell me what kind of like generally, what are we working on, you know? And so she said, well, generally we're working on shame. And I'm like, okay. It turns out that she had this shame for like 40 years. This is something that happened to her when she was like in 4th grade. And she had carried this weight, this heaviness of shame all this whole time. And so I began to, well, the first thing that we did was we rated the shame. So, and I'm going to ask you to do that too. If you read the notes in this, the promo for this thing, I was like, write down some things that you may be concerned about. Maybe you have fear, maybe you have worry, maybe you have anxiety. Then rate it on a scale of 0 to 10. And 10 is bad. This is not Bo Derek 10. This is like really bad 10. So rate it on that scale of 0 to 10 on what the intensity of that feeling is. How much are you feeling it? How much does it stop you? How much does it feel bad, right? So I had her tell me what, 0 to 10, where does it land? And she said it was a 10. And it was something that she felt every day. Every day it was there. Every day since the 4th grade for 40 years. So I began tapping with the audience, showing them how to tap. She was tapping along, and I was working with her just on the very general basic theme of shame. I didn't have any context about what the story was. She knew the story. So I just said, feel the feeling. You know the story. Just play the story in your head while we're tapping. And then I just got a nudge from my intuition that said stop. And I was like, okay, let's check back in with that 10. And let's see whether that's changed for you. Has the shame shifted? Is it still a 10? And I said to her, maybe you can't even find it. And this is the fun part for me, because I always feel like I'm sort of like a magician or something when this happens, when somebody says, no, it's gone, I can't find it. And the funny thing about that is when this happens, sometimes people actually forget that they even had this thing. that they were so distraught about. Um, for her, she told me later, after that was done, that she had carried this shame for 40 years. And then in 4 minutes of doing this tapping, the shame that she had carried for 40 years was completely gone. She had the memory of what had happened to her in fourth grade, but she didn't have the feeling of shame anymore. It was completely erased. So this is what tapping can do for you. And I think it's just a beautiful thing to let people know that they don't have to struggle with these things that happen to us in childhood that we think that we have to lump around with the rest of our lives. You don't. So we're going to do some tapping. I'm going to show you how to do it, but I wanted to give you some context for this. I want to say hi to everybody that's joined me. Hi, Steve. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Shyla. Patty, Cindy, Sunil. Is that how you say that? Hello. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm really excited to share this with you because I love tapping. One thing that you probably read in my introduction to this is that I channel when I tap. So sometimes people will feel that. The energy of that flows through, and you may feel it like a sensation in your body, like sometimes it's a buzzing, sometimes it's a change in temperature. You may feel warmer or cooler. It's different for everybody. So it's just this amazing healing that runs through me that is just a gift from the divine. So they come through my words, they come through in energy and in vibration, and you receive it, and it helps you release things quicker. And isn't that a lovely thing? So let's get started. Does anybody here know about tapping already? Or maybe I should ask who doesn't know about tapping already. I guess it doesn't matter. So the first thing to know about tapping is there's always the first step is figuring out what it is you're working on. So if you have a piece of paper, I want you to do that with me now. I want you to write down what it is, whether it's fear or it's worry or it's guilt or shame or whatever it is that you're dealing with today that you want to release permanently, okay? So write it down, and then I want you to give it a value on that scale of 0 to 10. Where does it land? It doesn't matter. So 0 is neutral, and 10 is bad. It's the worst feeling you may have ever had. It's really intense. So go ahead and write it down. Put a 1 in the chat if you've already done it, and you're ready to go. I want to see where people are. I'll give you a couple seconds here. Maybe you did it already. Shyla says, I've seen you do this once, but I don't really get it. Okay. Well, what tapping does is you're tapping on the endpoints of like meridian points, like where they would put an acupuncture needle. Hannah's here. She's an acupuncturist. She knows how this goes. So it's the endpoint of meridians, but you're lightly tapping on them. So I don't want anybody to get bruised or damaged here. We're just going to be lightly tapping on these points. Oh, great. Here's a bunch of 1s. People are just about ready. We got everybody? You guys ready? Give me a yes. Okay. So we've got the thing that we're working on. Then what we're going to do is like make a phrase. And there's different ways that people can do tapping. Sometimes I have people just tell the story of whatever it is they are upset about, like I did with Kim, the lady that I was dealing with the shame issue, and she knew the story of what had happened. She was just reliving that in her head. You can do that. Or you can just use a phrase that's like a reminder phrase, like this fear or this worry or this anxiety. But the thing is, I think the story that you play in your head is actually more important. And if you're doing this on your own, you can just say it out loud. And so you could do that now if you're in the room alone. Otherwise, people might say, oh, I don't know about this. So the first part of tapping is called a setup phrase. And it's a fill-in-the-blank template that goes like this. Even though I have this problem, whatever the fear is, I love and accept myself. And if you have trouble saying, I love and accept myself, you could say, I'm a good person, or I accept myself, or whatever feels comfortable to you. I like myself. instead. So, okay. So the setup phrase, you do that fill in the blank template while you're tapping right here on this little fatty part, which is called the karate chop point because it's where you'd hit a board if you were doing karate. So we're just going to lightly tap on there. And I think what I'm going to do is just do monkey see, monkey do. You're just going to follow me through. I'm going to show you the points as we go. And so the setup phrase goes like this. Even though I have this fill in the blank thing, all this fear that I'm feeling, I love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling all this fear, I'm choosing to feel calm. Even though I have all this fear right now, I don't know what's going on, I'm choosing to feel calm about it. That's the setup phrase. You can say the same things all 3 times, or you can change it up like I did. You could just say, you know, even though I have this fear, I love and accept myself 3 times while you're doing that, or you could change it up like I did. Okay, then we're going to go in. Again, the most important thing is to feel the feeling while you're doing the tapping. So whatever your topic is that you're working on, I want you to feel it because we're going to release it. Is that okay? Unless you really want to hold on to it. Okay, so let's go. So we just did the setup phrase. The next thing is the tapping sequence, which I'm going to take off my glasses. So the first spot is the corner of the eyebrow. You can do either side of the body. You can do both hands. There's no wrong way to do this thing. So if you miss a spot, you can come back later. I mean, it's the most forgiving thing. I love it. So whatever your thing is, I'm going to just say fear because you're going to use whatever you're going to use. All this fear. And you're going to say what I say and move through. I feel all this fear in my body. Cheekbone. All this fear. Under the nose. I don't like how this feels. It's hard to, there, maybe that's better. I don't like how this feels. Collarbone, kind of where a necktie would go. I don't like this feeling, and I'm choosing something else. The next spot is about a hand's width, hard to do, hand's width under your arm. And it's kind of across from where your nipple is. So all this fear that I'm feeling. Top of the head. I'm ready to let all this fear go. It's really tiring. This fear takes up too much energy. This is energy I could use to create new things. This is energy I could use to manifest some incredible stuff. I can't afford this energy of fear anymore. Don't want it. Don't want it. No more fear. Only calm. Choosing calm. I'm choosing to be calm. I don't care what other people are feeling right now. It's not mine. That's not me. I get to choose how I feel. I guess I forgot. I'm in charge of how I feel. I'm in charge of how I feel. And right now, I'm choosing to feel good, to feel calm, to feel relaxed, to feel energized, to be happy, joyous, even at peace. I know that sounds crazy, right? How can I be at peace right now when there's so much craziness? I'm going to find out. I'm choosing peace. Yep, peace is my jam. Choosing peace. And that feels good. Take a deep breath in and out. And check back in with your number. Whatever your number was, I want you to check back in with what you were feeling and how intense it was and see where it is now. And I want to put your numbers. I should have had you put your numbers in in the chat. So tell me where you started and tell me where you are now. So put in your number, like if it was a 10 and it goes to a 5, 10-5. Take a second and do that for me, would you? Let me know where you are. Okay. Cynthia was at a 7. Cindy at an 8. Where are you now? Okay. 10, now a 7. Okay. 10, now a 3. Karen, 5, now a 2. Good progress, you guys. Cynthia, 10, now 7. Spirit Wind, I don't know what your name is, but a 5, now a 2. That's good. Cindy, an 8, now a 4. Kat, 7, now a 3. Excellent. Okay. Now, when I'm working with anybody, my goal is always 0. Pamela, yay. Hi there. 8, now a 5. Cindy, a 4. Okay. Excellent. We're going to keep going. So whatever that feeling is at a 4, I want you to feel it because the goal is a 0. Your name is Michael. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. All right. You guys ready? Because we're going to go again. And whatever it is, the feeling that's left over, we're going to do the setup phrase again. We're going to say, I still have fear left over. I love and accept myself anyway. Yeah, there's some fear left over at whatever number of 4. But I love and accept myself anyway. And I'm choosing to let this all go now. Did I do 3? Even though I'm still feeling this fear, maybe I did 3. I love and accept myself completely. And I forgive myself for anything and everything I ever thought I did wrong, because I didn't. I'm letting that go too. All this leftover fear. Yep, this isn't for me. This is somebody else's fear. For you guys out there that are empaths, this is somebody else's fear. This isn't even my fear. What the heck? No, I'm not doing this today. I'm letting this go. Letting go of this energy of fear, worry, anxiety. I'm choosing peace. I deserve peace. I deserve to feel calm, relaxed. I want to feel like I just slipped into a hot bathtub. You know the feeling? That feeling that makes you sigh out loud. You know the feeling. Relaxed, calm, nurtured, loved, comforted, safe. I am 100% safe. 100% safe. Can that be real? I'm thinking it's real. I'm believing it's real. It's real for me. I'm safe. I'm healthy. I'm sitting in this chair. I'm tapping with my friends. And it's okay to be safe, to be relaxed, to even feel happy, to smile, to laugh, to have fun. I feel so much more relaxed now. So much more relaxed. That's the way I want to feel from now on. I'm choosing to feel relaxed. I'm choosing to be happy. I'm choosing to let my body fill with joy. I'm choosing to receive full on. I'm receiving love and joy and creativity and connection. So it is. Okay, people. Getting my readers back on. Hello. Hey, Sandra and Todd and Michelle. Thanks for joining us. So, I want to check back in. Where are you, people? Give me your numbers. And you can update it. A 10, a 4, a whatever. A 5, a 2, or whatever. Check back in with that feeling. Maybe you can't even find it anymore. And that's totally great. That's totally good. Seven, now a 4, Cynthia. That's excellent. Is anybody feeling any resistance to letting this fear go? Like maybe they ought to be afraid like everybody else? Hannah is a 0. Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Kat, done. I believe I'm in a 0 now. Karen, a 0. I love this. You were right. It wasn't mine. And so it's gone. Pamela, my lovely empath, that's right. It's not yours. And it's interesting. All right, Shyla, I only watched the first time as figuring it out. I was a 10. Now I'm around a 6, but I'm feeling resistance. Do you know what the resistance is about, Shyla? Hey, Stephanie, my lovely. Glad you joined me. So, okay, Shyla, back to you. What's the resistance about? Do you know? Can you pop it in? Maybe the first thing that like intuitively pops in. Woohoo. Yes. All right. So maybe we'll just do that. It feels like fear is too big right now. And so where did you get to? Shyla, your number was what? Let me see if I can go back up. And that maybe I should hold on to this to stay safe. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, well, we're going to tap on that too. So I'm not going to do the setup. We're just going to go in. How about that? Oh, Shyla, a 10 to about a 6. Okay. That's true. I think sometimes people think that being afraid keeps them safe. And so we're gonna do that. So let's see. I'm not even going to do the setup phrase. So part of me says that I ought to be afraid. Part of me says that's the only way I'm going to stay safe. So I've got to stay afraid. I got to be alert. I got to make sure I'm doing all the right stuff. I got to be afraid. I got to be afraid to stay safe. The only problem with that is when I have my guard up, I can't receive things. And the other thing that goofs up about this is, well, that it messes up my vibration. Yeah, there's that. So if I'm in fear, my vibration attracts more fear and makes me feel more afraid. And then I see more things to be afraid of and more experiences to be afraid of. And then there's more fear. And then I have to worry. And then I have to do more worry because if I don't worry, I'm not going to be safe too. Worry's the way I keep safe, right? And then that makes me anxious. And then I really get wound up. And then I'm not really able to sleep well. I can't even think straight. Maybe focusing on all this stuff that's making me crazy and fearful isn't such a good thing. Maybe it really is safe to feel relaxed so I can make better decisions for me, for my family, for my loved ones, for my business. Yeah, there's that, isn't there? Like, what kind of decisions am I going to make if I'm all ramped up, hyped up on fear? Probably not very good ones. I could probably make a couple of good ones. Maybe not. Even that makes me afraid. All this fear, I'm going to let it go because this just really isn't serving me. All this fear doesn't make me safer, doesn't make me a better wife, or friend or lover, mother, father, brother, uncle, cousin, you name it. Pretty much fear just sucks. And I can't afford that. It's sucking the joy right out of my life. So I'd say it's pretty safe to let go of the fear. And I'm trusting. Oh, there's that. I'm trusting that I'm fully supported by the universe or God or love or whatever you call it. I'm supported. I'm taken care of. I'm loved. I can relax now. Like, what if everything's taken care of? What if there is a higher reason for all this and I don't even know what the reason is? What if I don't need to know the reason? But I can let go of the fear. This doesn't serve me. It doesn't make me a better anything. It doesn't help me make better decisions. In fact, I'm going to make pretty rotten decisions, all hyped up on fear. I ain't got time. I only have time for joy. I only have time for love. I'm choosing love over fear. And that's what I deserve. Love, love, more love. Focusing on love. Because what I focus on grows. More love, more joy, more happiness. So it is. Deep breath in and out, folks. How are you doing out there in Facebook land? How are you guys doing? Hey, Stacy. Hey, Whitney. Thanks for joining. All right. Yay. How are you guys doing? Give me some feedback. Shyla, especially. Did we break through anything there? Did we break through the resistance? Fear is such a big liar. Just fills us up with all sorts of stuff that isn't true. All right, good. Oh my God, I feel a whole lot better. Doing great. All right, 4 to a 2 now. All right. Okay. Pamela, we got I don't know what that is with this. Shyla, wow. I didn't even realize how much tension I had in my body and how poorly I was breathing. But wow, I feel a release. Yes. Okay. So are you at a 0 with the fear? Thank you for the hearts, you guys. I love tapping. It's fun. I'm sorry, but it lights me up. I love helping people. I love helping people to feel better and to get rid of all this crap that they hang on to that makes their life just suck. Sorry. All right. Let's see. Cynthia, I do feel much better. My topic was unworthiness. I now realize that I feel worthy. And then that if I feel worthy, then I attract worthy people into my business. Yes, and self. You got it. Michael, I feel amazing. So much more calm has poured in. Okay, can you guys do this on your own over the week? I am going to be back on here live for the next few days, and maybe I'm going to keep going. I don't know. This is fun for me, and I hope it's fun for you too. Who knew self-help could be so much fun? Like spirituality is fun, right? Yes, it is. Let's see, Shyla. It could be a 0, but I'm struggling to believe it is. Okay, well, what if you choose to believe it is? I choose to believe it's a 0. I choose to let this go 100%. Because I'm worthy of feeling calm and relaxed and peaceful and connected to spirit and loved and happy and free. In fact, I deserve freedom. Freedom from suffering, from pain, from doubt, from fear, from worry, from anxiety, from shame, from guilt. Okay. Whew. I like that. Stephanie, thank you. I'll remember to tap tomorrow at my doctor's appointment. Call me today because I want to talk to you because we're gonna do more than that. You and I. We got some more work to do. So call me later today. Shyla, how are you feeling? You got a wow. All good? All right. So I want to invite you guys, if you've enjoyed this today, I'm going to invite you to come and do a free, what I call connection call. It's 20 minutes long. We find out kind of where you are, where you want to be, and how we can get you to create some divine momentum in your life so that you can actually be healthy, happy, and free. So there's a link in the thing for the video. You can sign up for that. Michael, this was fun. And when I first began watching, I said, no more work. And then my fear was to feel better as I got used to the anxiety. Yeah, the thing that people don't understand is that anxiety is temporary. And there seems to be there's like a common thread. Like I see it on Facebook a lot or social media. It's like people think they're going to get some kind of trophy about their anxiety. And there really is no trophy. You just get a life that sucks. And that's the trophy. And so tapping can help you release anxiety. You know, the main thing that I forgot was the orange oil. I asked you guys to bring it. And I usually use this first before we do tapping. And before I let you guys go, and I know I'm going over time here, but I want to share another story, if that's okay. Are you guys all right with that? Oh, you're welcome, Cynthia. You guys okay? Can you hit me a like or something, or a 1 or something, so I know you're out there and you're okay with this story? It's a quick one. So like several years ago, when I first discovered essential oils, I wasn't quite sure how they were going to fit into what I was doing. I was just using them at home for my own, thank you guys, for my own like health and wellness and my own emotional freedom. And so I just got this nudge. Yes, another story. I got this nudge. I had this lady come in who she was going through a shitstorm. Sorry, guys. There it is. She was going through just a terrible time in her life. She was going through a bankruptcy, and she hadn't slept for 3 days. And so by the time she got to me, her brain was just in a knot. And she wasn't really able to make clear decisions about anything. She was just hanging on by a thread. So I said to her, here we go. I'm like, rate that for me, right? And she's like, well, 0 to 10 isn't going to cover it. She's like, this is a 10,000. And I'm like, my scale only goes to 10, but I'm gonna honor your 10,000, okay? And then I got a nudge from Spirit, and it just said, give her some orange oil. I just put some in her hand, had her breathe it. I think she took 5 belly breaths with it. And then I got another nudge, and I said, can you check back in with that 10,000 and see where that is? Your feeling that was a 10,000? She's like, it's down to a 4. So it made tapping work on warp speed. So, and again, I probably should have put a link in the feed here to give you guys an ebook, my free ebook for tapping, and it has a list of protocols for different essential oils for different emotions that you're trying to get rid of, because they really do help release things faster, like I just said about the orange oil. So when she said she was a 4, then we just did some tapping and got rid of the rest. And so it went quickly. She was like 4 to 0 in just a couple of minutes. And then she just felt like this uber sense of peace and calm. And at that point, don't you think she was able to make better financial decisions than where she started, which was just crazy land of all this worry and fear and anxiety about where she was going to go, whether her mother was going to have a place to stay. I mean, she just was a mess. And it always kind of surprises me when I get those quick turnarounds. It's like, really? I'm like almost like skeptical myself. I'm like, really, it's gone? And that's what's fun, because it's like I love to play. And so to me, it's like playful magic. It's just like, oh, that's good. Like, oh, what? It's gone. So I'll put a link in the thread where you can get my ebook if you like it. I'm actually going to probably put together some scripts for people, if that sounds interesting, on different topics to help you kind of through some things. So I hope this was enjoyable. I hope you guys join me again tomorrow. We're going to be talking about raising your vibration, your energetic signature, your ability to attract what it is you want to manifest faster by raising your vibration and your connection to source, God, love, energy. If that sounds yummy to you, join me again tomorrow at noon. Love you guys. Thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions, drop them here in the feed and I'll answer them as fast as I can. All right, you guys have a fabulous day. Keep on tapping. Bye. Mwah.